I'm Lucy Edwards, Director of Client Success at VHT Studios, and I'm here today at Compass in New York City with my guest, Lance Pendleton. And Lance is the head of agent strategy and success.
That's right. It's a
Yes.
mouthful. I am the national head of agent strategy and success. It's a real pleasure to be here with you. I'm actually excited for this because you and I have known each other for a while now. We've gone back for what? 5 years, 6, 7 years now?
6, 7 years
Yeah?
at least, yeah.
Geez, time flies, man. COVID eliminated 2 full years of my memory. So if something is 4 years, it's actually 6 because I don't remember anymore.
I agree with you. As a matter of fact, I think going forward, everything will be before COVID and after COVID. So it's a pleasure to be here. And I would love to talk about so many different directions that agents should be taking. So we're going to have a long and fun conversation. But let's start with your story. How did you get involved in real estate?
Well, so my story in real estate is actually purely accidental, like all great love stories are. I think, I started off as a kid. My father was an independent real estate consultant. He worked with families that had made their money in other industries and discovered that they wanted to then move into real estate development, particularly within the Caribbean. So he worked for the Pritzker family and currently, most recently, with Carlos Pellis in Mexico and the development of Punta Cana and a bunch of different resorts throughout the Caribbean. But as a child growing up, I was always fascinated by the real estate aspect of these sort of luxury second homes and things like that, and how people got involved and the sales professionals that were involved in it. I found the whole thing fascinating. But I watched him as a consultant, and I was deeply moved by his skill and tact at being a relationship-driven person that was thoughtful and that was a real mediator amongst people that had a lot on the line, both from a learning standpoint, both from a financial standpoint. And so that was sort of the first time that I thought, as every young kid, I will never be that. I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to, no kid wants to grow up and do what their dad does. You always want to do all kinds of other things. And over the years, I progressively kind of slowly realized that that was the path in which, and an audience in which I felt most comfortable working in and around and with. So,
but you didn't jump into real estate right away, right after college, and you
No.
started in a completely different field. You were part of Apple, and what did you do there?
Yeah, so I was a specialist on the sales floor for Apple. And I'd worked my way into being a market trainer as part of a program that they had there. And, in there, I started teaching Apple's orientation to new Apple employees. And a lot of that was built on the Ritz-Carlton learning model, which was fantastic. And so that was a journey in which I learned mostly in that time how to help people navigate this experience of being a salesperson in something, still coming from a relationship-driven mindset. And it was really an amazing experience. It deeply influenced, as you and I kind of chatted about before, it really deeply influenced the work that I do today. And in particular, ironically, I always say, I help people who love technology at that time explain and teach technology to people who do not care about technology. So I kind of think that's my biggest driver currently in working with agents in the world of technology. But it's been a fantastic run and a fabulous ride. And I just sort of from there moved my way in and about through different experiences, director of learning through a real estate brokerage, and then into a chief innovation officer for one of the largest Sotheby's realty affiliates in the US, then eventually here at Compass.